All right, gentlemen. So I started my game in Rebel Elias. I'm waking up. I'm waking up. I believe from being knocked unconscious, or from blacking out when I was getting into it with the super cop who arrested me. So I wake up and I'm in I guess I'm in jail now. Um, there are bars on the window, but I'm in a room, right? And it's when I wake up. Let me give you the perspective from that I had. So I wake up, Silver Springs West, not there. Okay, my bad. I'm driving. So I wake up and the room is pitch black. I can't see anything. So I um I activate my geo vision. And what for those who don't know, my geo when activating a geo or what a geo is when it comes to vampirics at least, it's like from Buffy and Angel, where the vampires they turn on their vampiric stuff and their forehead and stuff scrunches up and do all the vampire stuff. That's what Geo Vision is. So I turn that on because I'm thinking that hopefully it'll allow me to see. Because what Geo Vision does for vampires, for those who don't know, it 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 heightens our senses. It also allows us to distinguish like human blood from other liquids and substances, and it'll also allow me to understand where on a human would be the best point to attack or feast to get the most blood. So when I turned on my Geo Vision, it actually worked and allowed me to see better, see in the dark, and I could see that across the room was a person, and this person was a really big person. This was a guy that was like 6'8" to 7 feet tall. He was covered in fur, and he had the face almost like a wolf. He was pretty much outside the game. He was a werewolf, but in the game they're called Moonalites. He was a Moonalite, and like vampire and werewolves or lichen in um, most fiction, they are enemies. Like here, Moonalites and vampirics are also enemies. So so I noticed I rise up kind of like how the Undertaker stood up, and I look directly at him. But I don't know because he's staring at me, but I don't know if he can see me because it's so dark. And at that point, I didn't know really what the hell he was. Like I didn't know if he was I didn't know what he was. Like so, I didn't have any reference points. So even if I knew that Moonlights could see in the dark, I didn't put together he was a Moonlight until honestly until I analyzed him to find a weakness. And when I found that weakness, that information processed and allowed me to know what he was. So the first thing I did when I looked at him, I saw that he was being held. He was being like kind of bounded down by a ball. That he had two balls and chains. One of them on his left arm, and there was one on his right ankle. And there were two pretty big balls of chains. And oh, I'm sorry, not big. They were basketball size. So so I looked and I had the same thing. I was being held down by that. So I looked at the chain and I used my ability to see structural weaknesses and stuff. I looked at that. I found the weakness in the chain or whatever. And my bad, fucking nose hair, screw me up. I looked at that. I found the weak points. So I picked up one of the balls that was had connected to me, and I used the ball that was connected to my arm. I used that heavy ass ball to hit the weak point of my chain to break the chain. So I did that, so I did that, and so I broke the chain, and then cause I was trying, and but in between this time, I'm trying to analyze the big ass tall furry guy, cause I'm trying to figure out a weakness of him, a weakness in him, just in case we have to get into it. So at this part, he makes some comment about me being a vampiric, and like how oh, he mentioned Oates, and Oates is the name of the warden here at this prison. So yeah. So after I do that, I walk over to him with my ball in my hand. Pause. And what the other ball that's connected to my hand, I had that one. So I'm walking over there to him, and I'm going over there because like he's asking me, he's talking to me. I'm not responding to him. So I walk over there and I go to break him free. Like the break one has changed off, and like he just looks at me as I do it. He breaks it, and I tell him like, hey, I say grab that ball of yours and break my chain. And he looks at me, and he just looks at me, shakes his head, kind of shakes his head, and he kind of breaks my chain with his bare hands. Like yeah, like you could have we could have been had this done. Like if you would just talk. Like why aren't you talking? But the reason why I wasn't talking to him because he started off the conversation when I first awoke confrontational, like coming at me for being a vampire and shit. I'm sorry, a vampiric. So he makes a comment about looking at him with my geo vision on because as a vampiric, like in social settings, like you're not supposed to look at a higher ranking vampire with your geo vision on because it's disrespectful. So he had made that comment to me, like, isn't it disrespectful to look at a superior with your geo vision like activated? And so I just made a comment to him like I don't bow to anyone. Like he got it fucked up. Like I don't even know you. Like and you're not a vampiric. Like that goes along like with the vampires and the vampirics. He's not a vampiric. So I wouldn't even like I don't even understand like how he thinks he qualifies for that level of respect. And I don't know you. So I made the comment like, are you not a prisoner? He's like, yes. I'm like, well, from my point of view, you're in the same place I'm at. Like we're equally, we're like you're in the same level I'm at. We're both prisoners. So um, so he makes a comment kind of about me being ignorant and like blah blah blah. And he was saying like I owe him my life. And I was like, how do you figure that? He's like, because they threw you in here for me to feed on you, and I didn't. Yeah, I'm like okay. Like, but there had to be a reason that you didn't feed on me. And he was like, yeah, because I thought you might be more intelligent. I was wrong. I was like, oh well. So my comment was like, so what's stopping you now from feeding on me? Like, it's nothing but space and opportunity. We can get to this. Like, I will kill the shit out of you, big ass monster, furry werewolf, moonlight thing. So basically, I guess he kind of gets fed up with the conversation, which was really going nowhere. Um, and he turns over me and he goes to sleep. So there's a in this room. Marcel, let me describe the room to you, gentlemen. The room it's about the size of a gymnasium in the sense where two full court basketball courts can fit in this room, like and a little more, but like not with the whole bleachers thing. We were both on separate sides of the room, and at the top of the room, there's a window. There's a small window that shines light that only two small bars kind of separates. Well, it's kind of in the window. So I kind of run up there and clamp on and grab on with oh, by the way, so I'm free of of the balls now, balls. So I kind of run up there when he's like laying down sleeping. So I go to look out the window because the window is about 40 feet high. I mean, the ceiling is 40 feet high, around 40 feet high. So the window is close to the ceiling, so it's about shit, probably about 38 feet, 40 feet, off the ground too. So so I run and climb up there, and I'm looking at the window, and come to find out, the building that I'm in, it looks like this is a serious thing, and it kind of put everything in perspective. Like fuck, I'm in jail, like I'm in prison. I'm not in jail.